Welcome back, guys. On this video, we're talking about what we are expecting soon on Lost in Love. And this episode is where Say finally found out Vinank is alive and also found out that the Vinank, Paki, and Virat have been raising all this while is, you know, his son. And not only this, she's vowing to snatch away the child from Paki and Virat, and also as part of punishment, Paki is heartbroken, Virat is shocked, and this is like mix of emotion on this episode. Don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't, as we jump straight into the video of today. Say praise to God for our child Vinu. Why suddenly a flower falls upon Virat's palm and Anandi's message gets opened. Say reads it, in which the latter has mentioned about her conversation with Say and warns Virat that the latter got a little suspicious about the matter. She asks Virat to be careful and assures that she has still kept the secret from Sei as instructed by him. Ahead, Sei gets shocked reading the message and becomes suspicious of Virat. She proclaims that the latter is trying to hide something from her and concludes that even Anandi knows about this. She looks at Virat and then decides to take Jagtap's help to find the truth. Meanwhile, Virat shows his gratitude towards Sei for helping Karishma and keeping her in the house. Sei provides emotional support to Karishma while Virat insists Sei not to perform death anniversary puja of Vinu, that is the assumed dead Vinu, and asks her to move on. She determines to find out the truth and meet Jagtap, and she tells him about the matter. While he says that one of his friends works on a pond in the orphanage, they meet him and ask about Anandi and Virat's conversation. He notifies that the latter was asking about a child, while Virat learns that Vinu is alive and Virat knows about it. In another scene, Sei sees Virat playing with Vinank. She stands outside and proclaims that she knows Virat is hiding the truth of her son Vinank from her, and also states that she is trying to keep her son away from her. And she also concludes that her son is alive and declares that she will soon make Virat tell the truth in front of her. She also determines to punish Virat for hiding the secret for her. Don't forget that at this point, Say have not really found out that the Vinank, okay, she has clue now, that the Vinank is alive, but she have not really like found out that the boy Virat is playing with, the Vinank that she saw Paki raising, the one that she has always seen as a son, is actually her real son. So that's what we're talking now. Fast forward to fast forward to the actual scene. Meanwhile, Vinank asks Ashwini to pack an extra tiffin as Sei has organized a prayer for something and Savi might not get any tiffin. Ashwini wonders what could Sei be praying for, and then in the meanwhile, Virat angrily noticed. In the meantime, Virat got angry that Sei did not listen to him. Don't forget that Virat told Sei not to hold prayer for the Vinank again and move on, but he wasn't like really clear. And Sei actually holds prayer for the dead son every month, so that every end of the year, so that the soul will rest in peace or something. Bhavani tells them that it is also on this same day, how many years ago, that Say took away Vinag from them and they should have done the puja as well. Patrolika and Ashwini tells that it was decided that they will not do any such puja again after adopting Vinag as he is the heir of the family. Bhavani tells Patolika that adopting will not change the fact that the heir of the family is no more. Bhavani tells them that if they had done the puja, then the problem happening in the family might not have arisen. So in the meanwhile, Virat worried about some inauspicious events happening if Sei actually concludes the prayer of the dead, whereas the child is alive. As Sei is fulfilling the ritual of the puja, Virat comes there and obstructs the puja, saying, "Does she know the effect of conducting this kind of prayer for a living? That is prayer of the dead for the living." Sei tells that she is well of the side effect of the prayer on the living, and that is why this puja is for her son's long life and not for her son's death anniversary. Virat gets shocked knowing that Sei already knew that Vinank is alive, and Sei asks him not to hide the truth from her and tells her, "Where is my son?" And she also knows that Virat is aware, but Virat doesn't want to say it. Virat gets conflicted on hearing what Sei says and thinks that Patrolika is moving on towards depression. Just then, Jagtap comes there and tells her not to beg Virat for anything as he has found out everything about her son from the same source. He chills Virat for keeping the truth from Sei and tells him to tell her the truth himself or he will regret it the rest of his life for being the reason for keeping a child separate from her mother. He tells him that he will count from 3 and after that he will tell Sei the truth himself. Virat stops Jagtap and reaches the count of 3 and tells Sei that his son is alive. Sei feels elated to hear the word and begins to cry from relief. On hearing that Vinank is alive, Sei looks surprised and Virat tells that his adopted son Vinyank is actually the real Vinyank and not the adopted child. Say is shocked to hear this. Wife Virat tells her that he is living with his own son for so long. Say breaks down hearing about Vinyank being her own Vinyank, hugs him with happiness and grief. She smiles at finding out about Vinyank, and Virat equally relieved to finally tell the truth. But then Say realizes why Virat has kept the truth from her all this while and asks him about the same. Virat explains to him that he have come to her. Immediately he found out about it, but Patrolika was going through Utu's removal operation and has no hope of ever becoming a mother. He then decided to keep the secret to himself until things calm down. Anyways, guys, that is cock and bull story that Virat is talking. Anyways, at least finally Say knows that the Vinank is actually, his son, and I'm so excited about this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.